From Ivory Tower Populism Productions, this is Video 5, The Nature of Government Services, Part 2, or Contemplating the Military-Industrial Complex. What is the real source of the problem? Too much private profit or not enough? So, what is the cause of the apparent corruption of the military-industrial complex, the prison-industrial complex, etc.? Is it A, government contracts in perpetuity, or B, the privatization of the suppliers and their profit motive compromising public decision making? Regarding government contracts, you may have long-term contracts with the same suppliers that they soon count on for their cash flow. This phenomenon will eventually institutionalize the needs of the supplier, and they will influence public policy. So we know about the military-industrial complex from video 4. The military-industrial complex is the informal alliance between the nation's military and defense industry suppliers, creating the vested interest that influences public policy. It's about the politics of military spending and the lobbying to support the corresponding bureaucracy. In short, over time, decisions for defense spending become less related to the interests of national defense, protecting citizens, and more related to the interests of the bureaucracy. Policy is designed to benefit producers more than consumers. Now, to be clear, President Eisenhower did warn us about the private interests of defense contractors seeping into public policy. Consider this example. The manufacturer of a fifth-generation fighter jet wants to sell the technology to other countries, and only the government can authorize this. But this would cause a diffusion of the technology. This necessitates them building the sixth generation. They make money selling the fifth, and they make money building the sixth. But if that supplier were state-owned, would they be less inclined to do that? Look at the most egregious example of the military-industrial complex, the old Soviet Union. I hear they had a lot of state-owned stuff. In fact, that was their raison d'etre. Pardon my French. The corruption is actually in the revenue motive, whether the supplier is state-owned or private, for-profit or not-for-profit, everybody just wants their funding. You might say the private contractor has such a cozy relationship with the government that it starts to act like a state-owned enterprise. On Netflix, I saw a program about the 3 Mile Island nuclear disaster in Pennsylvania in 1979. The firm operating the plant, motivated by profits, skimped on safety, and was altogether corrupt. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission didn't do its job. Some might even say they were compromised, all allegedly. Someone interviewed said that he was all for nuclear power in general. It isn't that the technology itself is inherently unsafe. It's that the private motive corrupts otherwise sound policies. Now, if that's the case, then how do you explain Chernobyl? Many legacy universities, including public or private, not-for-profit, have a revenue model. Lower standards to get in and to graduate, the importance of their donor class, etc. Moreover, we all heard about the Singer scandal or scandals involving college athletics. So, back to the original question. What is the source of the problem of the military-industrial complex, or all the other industrial complexes? Too much private profit or not enough? Neither. It's just too much concentration of power and wealth. And these are the references for this particular video, and I will see you next time, same place.